back to the channel. In the last video, I sprayed the Durango Hellcat in Striker Green, and I am in love with this color. So, I didn't think I was gonna like this color as much as I do. My friend Chris actually sent me some links to some Viper ACRs that were painted Striker Green, and I was like, damn, that's a really, really nice color. But the pictures do not give it justice. So right now I'm looking at my camera display, and it's a lot different from what I'm seeing with my eyes. This thing isn't even in the sun yet. So this has a lot of gold pearl in it. So it's gonna shift from that lime green to a gold in the sun. You can already kind of see it doing it, but it's pretty dim lighting in here. What I plan on doing today to the Durango is Black Ops Auto Works sent me some Swift lowering springs. They are the best lowering springs on the market for the Trackhawks and the Durango Hellcats. But I also am going to put adjustable Black Ops Auto Works upper control arms in the front, and then all of the adjustable arms in the rear, just so I can adjust the suspension to get the alignment perfect. So this thing partially rolled in an accident. I'm not exactly sure how much it rolled or if it rolled all the way on its side, but the lower control arm, yes, the lower control arm in the front, you can see where the bolt was on the subframe, and it was pushed over. I drove this thing, it drives straight. I don't think the steering rack is damaged or the tie rods are bent because it drives straight, like I said. But I want to replace that driver's side knuckle as well as the lower control arm. And since I'm at it, I'll probably do the passenger side lower control arm and the passenger side knuckle, just since I have some of them brand new laying around. So let's get to work on this. I have the Swift springs in here, brand new in the box. I wanted to install these things when I got the Durango, but then I didn't want to get any overspray on them. So let's get these out of the box. Let's get the upper control arms out of the box and all the adjustable arms and get these installed, get the Durango lower. Probably should have done this before I painted it because it would have been a lot easier to paint the roof. I just took all the masking off the Durango Hellcat. Now she is ready to put the Black Ops Auto Works Swift lowering springs and the upper control arms. I need to grab all the rear stuff from the house. I thought I had it here, but it's over at the house. Not a big deal. We'll do the front first. These springs are really nice because they are labeled. We have front ones, and then we have the rear ones. So let's get the front undone. I'm gonna measure this really quick so we know what the drop is from front to rear. I'm gonna measure it from the bottom of the pinch weld. From the very front pinch weld, I have 11.5 from the ground to the pinch weld right there, the bottom of it. And in the rear, it looks like from the ground up, it's about 12 3/8. Just got finished installing the Black Ops AutoWorks Swift lowering springs, and it is drastically lower. So it's hard to tell in the front because there's no fender there, but in the rear you could really see the wheel to quarter panel gap really closed in. There's also no weight in the Durango because there's no doors, none of the interior. Once it settles, it's probably going to go down probably another ½ inch. And I really like that it's lower. I should have lowered it first. It would have been a lot easier to paint the roof. I'll take the tape measure to it in a second. I also installed the Black Ops AutoWorks traction and camber arm. I'm going to order the tow rods and put those on, but I wanted to be able to adjust the suspension since I did lower it. I was going to put the Black Ops AutoWorks upper control arms, but I ordered these for the Charger to test fit, and then I didn't know that the year range had differences. So the shank's a little bit different. I'm going to be getting those new ones in a couple weeks. So I'm not really going to put all of this back together because you have to remove pretty much all of this on this side, plus this back shield to be able to get to the bolts that hold that arm on. So it's kind of a pain. I really don't want to have to go through taking it all apart again and, you know, putting it together for no reason, since I need to add and put other stuff together as well. Have the tape measure here. It still hasn't settled and it doesn't have weight in it, but it should definitely be lower. I could tell from that quarter panel to wheel gap, but let's just, for fun, see what we have here. So now in the front, from the ground in the same spot up, it's 10.25. So that is definitely lower. The rear looks like it came down quite a bit too. The rear from the ground in the same spot up 11, a little bit under 11.25 right there. So drastically lower, which is going to be really great because I do want to do stuff with this on the track, and it will also give it a lot better feel. I talked to Black Ops AutoWorks and he said the Swift lowering springs are probably the best handling and performance and feeling springs that are on the market. I'm pretty much gonna wrap this video up right here. I'm really happy that I finally have the lowering springs on the Durango because she looks really good lowered. She was just too high. I probably should have done this beforehand because now, you know, I probably don't need it. I probably still need a stool, but it's probably a little bit easier to get to the center of the roof, but now the roof's painted, so it really doesn't matter. So in the next video, I'm going to be getting the rear bumper assembly, the flares, the fuel door, pretty much as I can in the rear painted. And then we'll be working on getting everything in the front painted. And then I can work on the side skirts and the doors after that. We'll see what happens because when I painted this, there was quite a bit of base that was used. So this is a very transparent paint. So I'm probably gonna have to end up getting another gallon. And what my plan is if I have to get another gallon, I'm going to go and use this gallon, which I have a little bit over a half. I don't think that will finish painting the rest of this Durango. But what I'll do is use the new gallon as sort of the base to cover, and then I'll do 2 coats of that so it will perfectly match and I won't have any issues. But if you like these videos, make sure to click that subscribe button, throw a thumbs up, throw a comment below. As always, see you guys next time.